William, a trooper.
All right.
You get 3 minutes.
What is time? Thank you for sticking it out. I'm going to go back to what Pat said at the very first comment long ago. Forgive me for preaching. It was just Easter weekend, so I'm feeling the spirit of Catholic guilt. Here to speak about 5582, an act concerning the taxation of marijuana and marijuana products. One small, just linguistic nitpick. I don't feel like the word marijuana should be used. It's usually cannabis. There's a lot of fighting in it, but marijuana as a term is laden with the sort of classism and racism, an anti-immigration, anti-Mexican history that I think we're dealing with a bit too much today. So if we can move past that, that considered, I know this bill will not be passed. I know that nothing involving legalization or regularization of recreational marijuana will happen this year. Me and many fellow advocates, we were high and hopeful, but we did not have high hopes. This was a short session with a lame duck governor. Unfortunately, once I saw that Andrea McDonald wasn't nominated, I knew that there was too much divisiveness and partisanship in this building to get something like this to happen. That unfortunately, like the Andrea McDonald case, the shadow of Malloy held high, and there was a strong fringe group of people who came from ignorance, who came from fear-mongering, who didn't understand something, and I feel like that's happens a lot with cannabis. Should be no surprise, I smoke it all the time, every day. And it's very frustrating, and I don't think it's meant with a lot of politicians who deal with this. I think it's just they don't know. But it's very frustrating. You go through a day like this and you see people fighting tooth and nail for gambling, for sports betting, for alcohol, for the military-industrial complex. And we're okay with that. Morality can get put aside with that if it's all about the revenue. If it was all about the revenue, I think it's a mistake to not get on top of it now. Once Massachusetts really gets their kind of culture formed, we're going to, I think, see an increased, not just economic exodus, but a cultural exodus. And even as far as social justice goes, I had thought for a while that Connecticut stood for something, but with this recent Trumpocalypse, I'm realizing that we are complicit as well. And I want to conclude by thanking you, Senator Fanfara, for the work that you do. But what you said earlier about the illicit drug market in Hartford struck me as very problematic. It has nothing to do with marijuana at all. It has nothing to do with marijuana. It's crack PCP primarily. It's heroin and fentanyl. And we have this problem because of people like Purdue Pharmaceutical out of Stamford, Connecticut, and people like the Sackler family who have given so much money into this place that we can't see that, and we haven't done anything about it. It's very frustrating. So thank you for listening.
You filled a lot of time up with words I never heard before, including what was that again? Chronolopolis or whatever?
Trumpocalypse.
Yes.
Trumpocalypse. You see, Donald Trump is a bad president, but he also represents Trumpocalypse. But he also represents a lot of
first time around.
innate problems, I think, with us as people, with us as society. That I know I'm kind of a Marxy dude. I know you got it. Money has to happen, but I think now we're getting really desperate, and we're not necessarily doing the right things. So I just hope, I don't know. We'll see. I hope you.
My sense is that you shook that Catholic guilt a long time ago, but maybe.
Secular Catholic guilt.
Yeah. Any questions? Thank you, Russ. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Stan Sobey.